greet the artists who are here already, I think, du jour.
Yes, sir.
And we have Chris Martin already in the house. We welcome them. Let's give them a round of applause. We're also joined now at the head table by two local artists, Daga.
Yo, what up?
And Charles Emmanuel. Good morning, both of you.
Everybody, good morning.
At this point, therefore, let's pass the microphone over to Mr. Farron Lawrence, the hard-working chairman of the St. Kitts Music Festival. Good morning, Farron.
Good morning, Juni. Good morning, everyone. First, I want to thank you, the members of the press, for being here this morning, members of the head table, the artists, and those persons listening via radio. Thank you for tuning in. Last night was a fantastic night. I can tell you it was a success in every way. It was clear. I was extremely proud of our local bands and artists. I think they clearly understood what they were getting into. It was also clear that they planned, practiced, and executed with precision last night. I'm really proud of those guys, and I want you to give them a round of applause. The successes did not just stop there. Apart from those fans being tickled pink by their respective band, there's a lady by the name of Stephanie Michaels, a Twitter handler under the name Adventure Girl, who was tweeting from the festival last night. And I mean, let's talk about success. She has just about 1.2 million followers on her Twitter. Last night, her reach was to about 9.8 million people who were twittering about the music festival. Talk about success. And that's what this music festival is about. That's one of the objectives of this music festival, to get the word out there about St. Kitts, to get people to, wonder where this place is, what's going on here, and come and visit. And along that line, I just want to welcome our visitors to the island. I can guarantee you're going to have, well, one night is gone, but you're going to have 2 more nights of fantastic performances. We planned this event to give you one heck of a time here in St. Kitts and Nevis. But I also want to encourage our visitors, in addition to the fantastic performances, to get out and see St. Kitts, experience St. Kitts, get the flavor for St. Kitts. There are lots to do during the day. Don't just go to the shows, then go back and sleep. We want you to get up early, like Julie, at 7:30. Go have a true Kittitian breakfast someplace. Go have a swim, and go on a tour. Do something, and experience St. Kitts. And again, the objective there is that you get a little flavor on this short trip, where you bring your family back for a week or 2, and really get to the meat and bone of what St. Kitts and Nevis has to offer. So with those few words, I know you're here to hear the artist, not me, so I'm going to turn you right back over to Julie. Thank you.
Thank you, Farron. Thank you so much. Ask the artist there, Mr. Charles Emmanuel, to introduce himself briefly to the media. Charles.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I thought so, because I smell food, so I know some of y'all ate. I'm Charles Emmanuel. Been a singer in this island for quite some time. Been in the game for almost all my life. It's amazing to be on this festival, especially with the fact that I've been behind so many big acts, like some of our local, some regional acts doing backup vocals and helping around the stage and stuff like that. Now I get my chance to be on stage. So, I'm Charles Emmanuel, and get ready for a show tonight.
All
right, good morning, everybody. My name is Daga, the ever explosive, the ever outspoken, and you already know I'm bringing it. It's about to be torn down to bits, and I ain't got us nothing else.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
He said he was going to tear it down. Sorry, I guess I have to build it back up and then tear it back down again, right? All right. I'm Dejo, and I've been singing from since I was 7. So I guess this music is just a passion to me. And Music Festival is probably my first big show, really. So I'm just hoping to do my best.
All right.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Christopher Martin. I'm just happy to be here again. I was in St. Kitts. This is like my third time, so it's always a pleasure to be here. The people show me so much love, so for me to be here to showcase my talent on this a bigger stage, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm happy that the event planners saw it fit to put me in to replace Destin. So it's a good vibe and it's a good joy, and I'm going to put my best foot forward at all times. So if you came to my shows earlier and I gave you 150%, definitely gonna get 200% tonight. So much love, and looking forward to seeing all the beautiful ladies again tonight. Man.
Nice.
Hello, my name is Conscience. Just want to thank all the people of St. Kitts for having me here, showing love to the level that the promoters would consider having me on the show again. And to the promoters for this lovely lineup, you understand, I think it's a nice lineup. Shaggy Berries, I never noticed that now come. Damn, alright, but Chris Martin and myself, I think we will balance the show with that younger set of audience, and so Berries and Shaggy, them are the veterans, so it's a nice lineup. The local acts, them say them are going to burn it down and build it up and mash it up. I just want to see that too. You understand? I would like to see the artists them from around the region and see the progress that the region is making, as opposed to just Jamaica. It's nice. I just wake up because I go last night I watched Bungie and Fayan and them burn it down. The show look good. I think the venue is put together well, and I just want to enjoy St. Kitts.
Nice one. Well, you know what's next? It's your time to interact with the head table. We're going to invite all the media houses. If you have questions, comments that you want to pose to the different artists here on the stage, the time is now. The mic is center stage. In the middle aisle, just identify yourself, your media house, and pose your question. Good morning.
I hope that we all enjoyed our 2 hours of sleep.
Yes.
All right. It's so great to have you guys here. So I'm Janika Berry, and I'm representing Culture Beats, SK and TV.
Hey, beautiful.
And my question is going to the jour.
Oh, that's it.
Now, I understand that your father is your manager, correct?
That's right.
Now, it can be extremely controversial to have your father being your manager or relating business with family. What advice would you give someone going through that same position?
Well, I guess you should just go with your parents' side, because they really want the best for you, so they wouldn't really try to bring you down in any sort of way, so just go with them. Mama knows best, daddy knows best, even if you punch you in your eye, hey, you can be better.
Daddy in the crowd?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Thank you very much.
Hi, good morning. I'm
morning.
Janine Jordan from CMC. My question is for Chris Martin and Conscience. Now, Conscience, you mentioned that you're excited to see the local acts as well as the improvement in the music throughout the region, particularly in reggae. Do you see yourself collaborating with any Kittitian artists?
Definitely. Music has no nationality to me. If I good music, I give good music straight across the board. So if them bad, and if the chemistry is right, song a song. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I substantiate that point.
Any artists in particular?
I don't know them that well. That's why tonight I go from early
I'm
and watch the tearing down and the building up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, the first person spoke, say, hope we enjoy our 2 hours sleep. I can't say if I had two, but at least one thing I know I have today is a conscience. So I want to welcome everyone who is going to be on the music festival this evening. And I see Beres is not here, and I think I woke up this morning with the song that says, "You stand alone." So I'm glad that I'm not standing alone this morning. Christopher Martin, welcome. As you said, you're filling in for Tess and Chin, but you're not filling in. You're just one of us. And I want to say to you, conscience, I hope you have a conscience tonight, because I don't know what's going to happen tonight. After last night, the stage, I don't know if it's still left standing, but they probably will build it back up because they know you coming in. So we welcome you, and between Jamaica and St. Kitts, they say there's some sugar in our water. So we're going to sweeten up the place for you tonight, and I hope whatever you bring from Jamaica, tomorrow night, I don't know what's going to left for St. Kitts Music Festival. So welcome, and we are in for a great treat tonight, I understand from you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody. My name is JGP from the Caribbean Superstation. It is so nice with the
It's a radio voice, no?
It is really a fantastic mix of Kittitian and Division artists and the artists from Jamaica and around the region. First off, I'm kind of wondering which question first, but I'll probably put the hard question first to about the media accessibility. Last night there was a bit of a little snafu, and it kind of messed up the media in terms of how they got to and from the artists. We are working, but we are excited as well. St. Kitts Music Festival is like one of the top musical events in the calendar. And to give you guys credit, to realize you changed it and reverted back. That was really sweet. So I think tonight will be sweeter as we get more easy access to and from the artists, in and out of the crowd, mingling and so on. Because beside the artists and people being excited, I think people want to see us as well. We want to see the people as well. So probably you can address that. For De Jour, Daga, and Charles Emmanuel, being included in this cast, what goes through your mind being in such a fantastic lineup? That's one. And then for Conscience and Christopher Martin, I heard you said something about the younger audience. But I've known of older people listening to your music and liking your music. I've seen people bubble, and I'm surprised because I'm wondering, well, how do they bubble? I mean, whenever you hear the cry, I played Christopher Martin's song the other morning, and an elderly lady called and said, what exactly he said? And I, in my proficient way, he said, "See Martin, yeah," which means Christopher Martin is here. Am I correct?
There you go.
Good, thank you. So, how do you guys make yourselves so relevant, not just to the younger artists, but also to the older people? And Shaggy has just joined us, so straight to Shaggy.
One answer question first.
No, but I'm going to move. And straight to Shaggy. When you're in your quiet time and looking back at how life was in your earlier career and in today's world, do you just sit back and think of, wow, look at what has happened with how I'm thrilling so many millions of people musically? Thank you.
All right.
The first thing when I got the call about being on the Music Fest and hearing who's going to be on that night, the first thing that goes to my mind is like, one, I'm performing alongside some of my peers, and two, I really have to step my game up at least 200%. So, you're at home, you're in St. Kitts when you perform, you're going to get that love no matter what. You mess up no matter what. But once you're on that international stage, you know you have to bring your A+ game. So during the practices, rehearsing, stuff like that, I just had to remember, look, you're performing alongside some greats, you're performing alongside some greats, you're performing alongside some greats. So you have to bring your A game. So that's all that was pounding through my head during the practices.
Yeah, the first time when I got the call to do music festival, I decided to go to the gym because I knew I had to buff up for this one. Because guys like Shaggy who set the trend and sell millions and millions of records, and guys like Christopher Martin who got all the girls, and guys like Conscience who got all the girls dancing in the clubs and bubbling and all that, you have to bring something special because all the attention is going to be on these guys, these big artists, and if you're going to get a chance to shine, you're going to have to really bring something that people are going to want to watch and people are going to want to be entertained by. So basically, I just thought that I had to really go to the gym and I had to really get my game up and I had to really get ready for the show. So that was my motion, really get in shape and really get ready for the show.
Bless you. When I first got the call, I guess I was really, really, really excited. But then when they gave me the list, I started to feel bad. Wow, what am I supposed to do now? I'm supposed to sing one song, 2 songs? Because I'm supposed to be comparing myself to Shaggy, Conscience, Christopher Martin. How am I going to do that, Dago? Tell me. Not really. I don't think that was going to work.
Go some chest here.
No, I wasn't even thinking about taking off the shirt. I began to feel a little scared, but during practices, I started to feel a little bit more confident. And now I guess I believe I could do it. I could tear it down, like he said, and just give him my A game. Yeah.
My time now. What the question again? In reference to Conscience and Chris Martin appealing to the younger audience, I'm aware that that the older people like our songs too. I would hope that Cheetah Spray appeal to more adults than kids. I would hope so. We just are bringing good music, you understand, regardless of what the age limit is, or whether young people or old people. From people in front of us, for them. You understand, so it don't really matter. For me.
Straight. Well, for me personally, my whole little section in my whole soul I feel is older than my actual age. So I think that's the part of me where it really connects with the older people. And you don't know, majority of my songs are like 80 to 85 or 90% are centered around women. Young women, older women, and old women. So it's a nice vibe, and at the end of the day, as Conscience said, we just do music straight across the board, and it's not like we're going to the studio and say, listen, put a 21 and under on this song, right? Don't want a 22-year-old like in this song. We do songs straight across the board for everyone, and at the end of the day, we're happy when we accomplish the feat that everyone from every age group enjoys our music, and that's the aim, and we're happy when we accomplish that. So I hope that answered your question. No floor.
Just before you, I think Shaggy, welcome to the panel discussion this morning, or panel discussion, press conference. It's probably more like a panel discussion, but Shaggy.
First of all, good morning, everyone. And sorry that I'm late, but this is St. Kitts and I had a rough night. Sure, I understand. Pertaining that, as far as reflecting back on everything, I mean, I just have to give thanks. It's been an incredible ride. I think when we just started, I remember we just started a song called "Oh Carolina" in 1993, which was a massive record in England. There were a couple of headlines that came out that these guys have won it one day and they'll never last past another song. Besides, the song was a song that was covered from the Prince Buster Folk Brothers song. And he's a fluke, he's this and that. So now my challenge was basically the fact that they said it was a cover. My challenge was now to really top "Oh Carolina," which at that time in 1993 was the biggest dancehall record that ever entered actually was the first dancehall record to go into the British chart at #1. You had reggae songs that went into the British chart at #1, but this was the first time that dancehall itself had made it to #1 in the British chart. So how do you really top that? And so yeah, it was a little bit of pressure there. I remember the Sun newspaper in London, when I came with Boombastic, said this record is not worth the vinyl that's being pressed on. Boombastic is driving me ballistic. And I remember, and it's a true story, I remember feeling very gutted about it because I remember the interview at the time, and I remember taking this article and keeping it, and just because it really bothered me that much. I've learned since then to really don't pay attention to what people said, but at that time I was very, very young and very emotional. And I kept it, and we ended up going #1. Everybody walking by watch that plug there. It's 3 Sabaton Safari. No word, darling. You're the best looking person like it's Safari. Anyway.
I'm not sure that's a compliment.
It is a compliment. Yeah, the last person was this dude.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I remember keeping the paper, and when we actually debuted at #1 with Mr. Boombastic. So the first day it came out, it actually entered into the British chart at #1, which normally songs start from the bottom of the chart and go all the way up, which was the first time in history that has ever happened. I remember having a press conference, some interviews, a string of interviews from 7 o'clock in the morning to at that time, about 8 at night. We were doing interviews back to back, and I ended up sitting with the same person from the Sun again. And I was floored at that point that he was sitting down and it was all compliments about this song. And the funniest thing he says, from the first time I heard this, I knew it was such a hit. So you just realize as an artist that everybody up here are special. And there's a reason why they're special. Right? If they weren't special, then everybody would have the gift that they have. You know what I mean? Not many people have the ability to spot a diamond in the rough. So anything that y'all are doing, do it and believe in it, because you are the artist. You can have managers, you can have a whole bunch of people around you who's going to sit down there and tell you what they think, but none of them are the artists, and none of them have that special gift to see something before it happened. Because when it happened, you're going to say, wagon is like rat, and everybody come back and say, they may not tell you, man. So that's part of my reflection, and I hope that answer your question, Papa. All right. Need a drink.
Go ahead, please.
Hi, I'm back again, Janika from Culture Beats SKN TV.
Hey, beautiful.
And my question goes to Shaggy. First, I must say welcome, and it's such a pleasure to be in your presence. I'm a major fan.
Oh, bless.
Now, I want you to do me a favor. Imagine, if you can go back in time and give yourself advice on the music industry, what would it be and why?
There's two things as an artist you have to do. And there's a right way and a wrong way. In the game of reggae music, it is it's a trial and error, especially in the era that I came in at that time. We were one of the first in doing many things. Like I said, we were the first dancehall #1 in the British chart, the first #1, to debut the British chart, and we did it 3 times. We did it with Mr. Boombastic that debuted at #1. We did it with it wasn't me that debuted at #1, and Angel that also debuted at #1, straight in. We're the first multi-platinum at that time. So there's so many things that happened, and it happened just because of the strength of these songs that were just brilliant songs. If I told you that we were strategic in doing certain things, I'd be lying. So it's a trial and error going on. We're just a bunch of guys that was trying to do something, and I was never sitting in a record company, any record company. I've been signed to many, many major records. I was never ever a priority at all. Because I was even explaining to Conscience last night, we had a conversation. If you're putting out a hip-hop song, there are many hip-hop stations. If you're putting out R&B songs, there are many R&B stations. Rock station, pop station, and so on and so forth. There is zero reggae station that matters anyway. Zero. When you look at major stations that are Arbitron rating stations, there are 0 reggae stations. You have maybe a reggae program for maybe an hour or 2 on Sunday. So think about it, that a reggae artist has to do music 10 times better than the average genre, and work 10 times harder than the average artist because the playing field is not level. So when a major company signs you, do not think that it is good business to sign you. Them sign you just cause you hype at that point, or you might have a buzz. Because for them, they don't see a marketing strategy or a way to market you. That's why there's remixes and them try to make a song sound more R&B or sound more pop or sound more rock and not the authentic reggae sound. This has been happening from as way back as Chris Blackwell and Bob Marley. Most of the Bob Marley songs that you know that are now today the staple of what reggae music is, majority of them were made with overdubs from foreigners. That Chris Blackwell brought in foreign musicians to play overdubs so that it had a rock sound so that he could market it to rock radio. Because at that time, urban radio wouldn't play Bob Marley because it was reggae. It just doesn't fit into their format. So at this point, you have to be very strategic in going on. So when we was doing it, we were groundbreaking at the time. It's trial and error. There's certain things I would love to, and to this day I'm not like what you said. Have I corrected it? Trying, but it's when you're been in this game for long, you're setting the one way already than how it is. It's like I'm gonna tell you about social media, and my team argued me say I don't tweet enough and I don't what do you call it, Instagram enough and see, and it becomes a problem because me is a old school brother. Me I say really not that. Me send a text and I'm done. I really want the rest of things because it's just habit. Some people are fascinated by that, and the really thing is that I'm wearing many hats, so I'm doing many things. That's why there's a team, you know, and what you start to do as you get to this older age, you start to become a part of everything. But really and truly, you should only be an artist. My job must basically just be this: make song, perform it, do some interview, make people smile and laugh. That's what your job's supposed to be. But then when you're thinking about strategies and promotions and this and then finances and this and running business and that, then that becomes a little heavy, and that's when now you need the team. You know what I mean? I think in my earlier days, like what you're saying, if I had had that I have now, where involved in many hats of it, it would have kind of trained me to really get to where I am trying to be at this point. And it is a little bit more difficult now. Sorry if I took up too much time. Bless.
Good morning, everybody. I have two questions. My name is Judy DuPont, and I'm representing the St. Kitts Nevis Visitors Channel. My question is to all three gentlemen on my right, Christopher, Conscience, and Shaggy. Now, I know that Christopher said he's been here 3 times. Conscience, is this your first time? Second time, right. And to Shaggy. Now, being that you've been here multiple times, have you had a chance to enjoy St. Kitts, or has it always been stop, drop, go? And if you haven't had a chance to do that, from the little that you felt, would you ever consider coming back to St. Kitts just to relax for a few days and suck up some of our beauty, and why? And another question is, earlier someone asked about a possible collaboration, and I wanted to know if local acts, who I think are tremendous, they're really talented, wanted to truly, seriously do a collaboration with any 3 of you or even other Jamaican artists, what avenue is there for them to truly collaborate and connect with you, rather than just here in a conference saying, you know, it's possible? How do they get a jump start with connections, etc.? Thank you.
This is my second time. I've never been anywhere in St. Kitts other than the hotel and the venue, unfortunately. The last time we arrived on the day of the show and leave the day after the show. This time, we came in yesterday, we went to the show, back at the hotel, and we're going to the show tonight. From what I've seen, it's basically Jamaica. You understand? I feel like we're in my heart, so I don't think I would fly from Jamaica to go to Jamaica. You understand? The same vibe, the same energy from the people, the same outside pretty just the same. Even in the hotel look like we're in Jamaica at the same time. So the people that talk to you, there is no language barrier. Everybody that speak the same language. We listen reggae and dance and music, we listen soca. So it's the same vibe. I think to the people that are not from the Caribbean, I don't know if I see any in the audience, if you want my recommendation for St. Kitts, definitely come if you're not going to Jamaica.
Well, for me, I've been outside of the hotel. I've been on the road. I took a boat somewhere. I don't remember exactly where, but I was on the road extensively the last time I was here, because I was here for a couple of days, and I went to some spots. Like in the morning, I would get up and, like in Jamaica they call them fritters, and it's the biggest, nicest fritters with saltfish I ever eat, and it's St. Kitts right there, so I have it. You know, so as you said, traditional breakfast or whatever. You know, I've had that. I've got to like local parties here. And you know, it's as Conscience says, kind of like the same vibe, like Jamaica, just smaller. You know, so it's like we're in a little section of Kingston, there's a party. So for me personally, if it's like a case where in which, you know, not saying I'm telling tourists to come here, I'm saying for me as a Jamaican, if I want to get away from Jamaica, I would definitely come to St. Kitts. You understand? It's like a different vibe to me, as much as they are closely related in like people and the talk and the lingo and whatever. I think it's more relaxed than Jamaica. You understand? And the vibe is more chilling here. So for me personally, you know, if I want to find somewhere to write a few songs and, you know, to just be one with myself, St. Kitts, man, nice. But yeah, tourists then can definitely come here if you're not coming to Jamaica, as Conscience said.
I've been here many times. This is like home away from home for me. It is very difficult sometimes for artists, especially like when Conscience come in. He came in late yesterday evening. You know, him do better than me. Him go to the show last night. You know, so if you see somebody with a flag up with a ready or a jump, I was him. You know, and then have to do a show the next day and pretty much be out by the next morning because their schedule is busy. So that's normally the reason why, you know, some of us artists don't get an opportunity to really vibe the culture and just vibe the people and everything. This time I came in yesterday, and I actually stayed an extra day, you know, because I want to go Nevis. See, and want to just come check out that little bit of vibe, but it's a little bit different. Me there with my old man. So, you know, I was kind of ordered that, so. But you know, it's funny enough. You're always on the go so much that when you actually end up doing it, you find out, wow, you really enjoy yourself, and it's really relaxing and really nice. And yeah, every little place has them little thing about them. There's little things in the culture here that is much different from Jamaica. You know, even though the weather is the same and the vibe sometimes is very similar. You know, and so you want to go out and check out it as much as possible. So, you know what I mean? Great place though. I'm not lie. You know, me vex so don't know because I can't back enough. You know.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. My name is Dion Grant. I'm from the UK, not the Sun newspaper, Shaggy, not the Sun. I'm from the Voice newspaper, and my question is to you, sir. How does it feel to, I guess, be one of the leading men of the new wave of the genre? And second part, what can the UK do, I guess, to support the genre more? Sun aside.
The UK. By the way, big up to the Voice. I've been doing interviews with you guys from the beginning of my career. It's years that the Voice, and you've been very supportive of not just reggae but the Caribbean culture over the years. See, so big up to you, and they've been very positive for the most part. What can the UK do? I think sometimes we as reggae artists shoot ourselves in the foot ourselves. You know, I'm sure you've noticed that there has been a decline in radio spots and radio personalities and radio programs of reggae or Caribbean nature within the UK. Even the pirate stations now are not even going fully reggae sometimes. They're going into a lot of hip hop and doing other things, which pirates, when they just started, was predominantly reggae. right? But I think it's the content of music that some of our reggae artists have been putting out, and the fact that I think in the earlier days you had like major stars. They didn't just put music out, they were stars, so people really bought into them as an artist and really followed, you know what I mean? Just like how you say a cartel, people buy into cartel or buy into killer or buy into Beenie Man, you know? Some of these, so there's a lot of new acts sometimes who just put out songs. And you find people really liking their songs but not necessarily buying into the artist themselves. I think, you know, once people start buying into the artist and what the artist is all about and say, yeah, my artist that, then you'll find them coming out more for the artist and it will strike. Because, you know, you can see somebody where you hear money that tune, I say, I like that tune, you know, but if you see him in concert, I say, why am I not seeing that concert? But if you're on the bill with like, oh, for the artist, so you're like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, an artist has to get to that point where people go and go out for him, just say, yo, my artist that never feel. And what that brings now is masses. And you know how it goes. If there's an audience, you know, for reggae, then you'll get support from this, because it's all about money at the end of the day, right? If the radio, if we start being a force to be reckoned with on the mainstream, and we're bringing masses, then the radio stations are going to give reggae DJs a lot more time, because then there's more advertising money spent during that time, because there's more ratings and more masses. You know what I mean? So there's not much that you guys are doing that are really wrong. It really has to start from the artist and really starting to research what is needed and really make the right kind of music that will impact. You know what I'm saying? Because there's things that people want. Sometimes you feed them things and then just go with it because that's all you're feeding them. But there's other things that they might want. There's a direction that they might want that they want to buy into. You know what I mean? To make it expand. And that will make it easier for you as journalists. You know what I mean? Because you're going to write less about reggae if there's less readers about reggae. You know what I'm saying? And then the voice is going to stop and you know, it's a light up for keep you on and you ain't doing it for free. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a business. The minute we start thinking of it as a business and not as a hustle, which a lot of us think of it as a hustle, then we move on. So I think it's more of a generational thing at this point.
Okay, I was here earlier and Shaggy was not present. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Avril Francis, and I represent my very own radio program in New York City on 93.5 FM radio. And I see you, Shaggy, shaking your head because you are no stranger to our radio station, and also a few of my television programs that I produce. I have my camera guy here, and when I looked over, I was making sure he was recording everything that Christopher Martin and Conscience and yourself was saying, because before I left, I know you're not tweeting, but everybody here from Headline, everybody know I'm a junkie when it comes to Facebook. And the last thing that I wrote is, I'm boasting and I'm gonna show off because I'm going down to St. Kitts. And Shaggy, I wanna say, you said life was one big party when you was young. Do you still feel that way? And I have a tendency that when my television program is over, I have a Sunday morning gospel hour, and I always end it with Church Heathen. That is my video, and my camera guy, he works in the production where he has to put the program up, so I always use that to entice the Christians. And I think at one time when the song came out, I was one of the first person to take it to 93 and make a show out of it, because people was getting the wrong message. But if you pay attention to the song and listen to the song, I see that you enjoy the church so much. You said, church, now I miss you. I just want to know, do you still go to church? And before I end, I want to say, you know, I look at Dagger, and this morning I wake up to ZIZ, and they was playing My God is Awesome. And I want to thank ZIZ this morning for waking me up to that song. And I remember many years ago, I met Dagger when he first started out. And I had full confidence in you, Dagger. And I said to him, I listen to you, you can make it, you can go to the American market. And I said, Dagger, you're going to always be in my prayer, because I'm going to live to see you perform among many great artists. And today, I'm honored. I'm glad to be in St. Kitts today to see Dagger performing on stage with people like Conscience and Shaggy and Christopher Martin, who is full of confidence. So to my local artists, I want you to get full confidence in yourself that if Shaggy say you can do it, I hope this morning, this was not just a press conference, this was education. And I can tell you, Shaggy, thank you for the words of encouragement and going back to where you started to encourage the youths who are coming up that they too can do it. But Shaggy, do you still go to church?
The funniest thing is, I've been a church boy from a little boy. I used to go to church with my grandmother. I went to a church called Portmore Gospel Assembly. Wasn't an altar boy. But, you know, I'm one of them boys in Jamaica who said, Granny grow you. And my grandmother was the person that raised me, and we go to church constantly. It was every Sunday, regular thing. And then she do our prayer meeting, and I used to walk inside the house and see a bunch of people inside the prayer meeting, and at that point, she grabbed my hand and sit me down in the middle of the prayer meeting, and I said, boy, I'm about to come in here, man. Because I would rather be outside at that time, kicking ball or doing something. You know, God is a part of my life. It is. I have been incredibly blessed. And, you know, in fact, I start off today by saying you know, what a ride. I've never expected. There's nobody in my music, in my family that has done music. You know, they played a couple of records here and there, but, you know, I don't know where this interest of music came from, or this passion that I had developed for music came from, you know. So God certainly had a different path for me. You know, I used to roll with some guys in New York at that time when we were on the wrong side of the law, as many young Jamaicans had come to New York within the 80s. Because that was just the in thing, you know, and I lived in Flatbush, which is in the McAlbert, and pretty much all of them right now is either in jail or deported. So definitely God had a different path for me, and I give thanks every day. So God is definitely a part of my life. As far as Church Eden, you know, it's good that you look at it like that, you know what I mean, because that's how it was intended, to say, hey, at the end of the day, you know, it was fun. And I think everyone was a little bit worried because they think I was, you know, taking on the church or whatever. But the funniest thing that happened is when we started to do interviews with church magazines, a majority of the people that were interviewing me from these church magazines were all bona fide Christians, saying, boy, a long time we did why you say something like this, you know, because that's one, you know, so from how long? So, you know, it's just making it, and sometimes it's always, again, I say for every artist, it's not what you say, but how you say it.
All right, thank you so much. At this point, I'm going to ask Farron to respond to a concern I think that JGP raised concerning accessibility of the media. So Farron, you can respond to that and give your closing thoughts.
Yes, in relation to the accessibility to the venue for the media, I was informed last night that there were some issues. And the short answer is that we will be working on those issues today, and I want to guarantee you that it would be fixed this evening. So if any of you have any difficulty, I think I'm giving you the right to find me, and I'll deal with it. But I can assure you, our people, being aware of it, are in the process right now of fixing it. Finally, I just want to say also that we had no major incidents last night. Everything went well. I want to continue. I want to ask our patrons to continue to act responsibly and to be safe, and let us all enjoy a 17th annual St. Kitts Music Festival, free, no crime, no major incidences, and just enjoy yourselves. Thank you very much.
Big up TDC, also sponsor SL Horsford and Aquavita. I see it tonight. It's going to be really, really fantastic. Check it out.
Yo, people recognize when I roll through the hood. Chicks looking at me like, damn, you doing good. Sneakers fresh like they just came out the box. I'm trying to do 50 numbers and give you bigger facts. Take a vacation on the beach in Aruba. I get deep like I'm diving scuba, brown like Cuba. That's why they calling me the brand Nubian. I don't gotta use a gun, they just see me and run. Yo, I'm about to be the biggest SK rapper you ever heard of. I'm big like Bird to the Fox without the murder.
All right.